Today you'll notice something about these scriptures, something that is a common theme, I think, especially for Christianity, and that's life after death. You'll notice that we have Elijah who prayed and the heavens were locked as far as the rain coming down. It was a big drought. God sent him to a widow, and the widow shared the very last of her bread with Elijah. And because of that, the bread and the oil that she had lasted 7 years until the end of the drought. It's the first part of the story. I think the second part of the story is the most important, because you see, here we have someone who had given the very last that she had, the generosity of her gift, if you think about it. What she had said to Elijah is, I only have a little flour and a little oil, and I will go make it, we will eat it, share it with my son, and then we will die. Because she thought it was the very last food they were going to have. But out of the generosity of her heart, she shared that very last that she had. Her son became ill. Her son became ill to the point of death. Elijah went to the upper room, prayed, and the son was restored to life. Now we all chase Christianity. And I like to say that in some ways because it's what we do. We come to God for many reasons. But one of the reasons we come to God is because we want to think there's more to life than just this part we live here now. We want to think there's more to life than pain, more to life than suffering, more to life than losing those we love. We want to think that life goes on forever. So people, for years, especially if you're brought up like half of us, a religion that followed, you must be saved so you can go to heaven. Different things you were taught. Don't take communion unless you're perfectly sure that you're pure of heart, pure of mind. You've asked God to forgive all your sins, and you can come to the table clean. Don't come, because God will be mad at you. We've been taught a lot of things in our lives. You're not going to go to heaven unless you've fallen upon your knees, confess that you've sinned, ask Jesus into your life. And have you been brought up that way, or is it only me? And I think about it. In Galatians, we're told about a man named Peter who persecuted everyone who said they believed in Jesus. Persecuted them, actually held the coats of people to stone his disciples, kill them. And here we're told by him, God loves him. God forgave him. And it's his job to preach the truth. The truth of how Jesus came for each and every one of us. He came for all those things that we are so sure God is never going to forgive us for. I don't know about all of you, but you know, we still carry those things. We carry those things when we go to prayer. You know, those prayers we make. God, if you'll only, I promise I'll give up smoking.
Excuse me.
I'll give up those thoughts I have that maybe I shouldn't have. I'll give up that jealousy I have. I'll give up the fact that I wasn't a very good caretaker of this earth. I let paper fly out of my car onto the streets. All kinds of things we as human beings carry as guilt. We don't think about it, but we carry those guilts. And we bargain with God. We bargain with God a lot like Elijah did over that widow's son. His bargain was God, is God, why'd you keep us alive? Why'd you do all this stuff? And then you're going to take this child from the mother, the only security she had. And God restored it. And I think about that, and I think about the first resurrection we hear of in the Gospels. This is the one in Luke, the first one you hear. Jesus was just walking into a town. He took pity. He took pity upon a widow. And again restored life to her son, so she'd have security. I think about God. And I'm so glad God has taken pity on me, a sinner. I think about what it really means to be saved. I think about what the Bible tells me. It simply says, who shall ever believe that Jesus was the only begotten Son of God? We shall have life eternal. I think of those promises that Christ has made to us. I think of the promises the Bible has made to us. And I'm so grateful that I have a God who can overlook those little things. Even if I forget to listen when I promise to do something, if God will only grant. You know, those little things like the carton of milk I stole when I was 6. Or the time I lost my temper and hit one of my sisters. You think about it. Think about all those little things that we have in our life where we've fallen short of the glory of God. You think about Elijah, whose prayer was answered in such a marvelous way. And the widow's son was restored to life. You know, Elijah was scared. Elijah was running. Elijah was hiding the fact that he was God's prophet, because he was afraid he was going to be killed. I think about why we serve God. Why do we serve God? Why do I want to call myself a Christian? I don't know about you, but I don't think it's so much so I can get to heaven, because I truly believe that when Jesus said the dominion of God was here and now, he was talking about within our hearts, within our souls. The dominion of God is what we carry around with us. It's that part of us that says, without God, I could do nothing. Without Christ to hold me up, I would be nothing. I think about who we are as God's children. I think about the guilt we carry from the things we are taught as a child. And I think about the freedom that comes when Christ comes home. You see, there is a great freedom in that, because then I'll know for sure that God loves me beyond all things. When we look at who we are as God's children, where God has placed us here on this earth. Like I said, just little things like yesterday. I enjoyed myself looking around at the faces, looking at the confusion, looking at the love, looking at each person being willing to help the next. I felt God was residing here in a brand new way, a way that was called love, a way that was called friendship, a way that was called being Christian brothers and sisters. You see, life goes on. Life goes on when we stop breathing. Life goes on. Life goes on and on and on. Because God has loved us so. We, as God's children, need to pass that love along. Just as Jesus and Elijah had compassion upon the widows, we need to have compassion upon each other. We need to see each other for who God has created. You know? Not the persons with the flaws, but it's the persons that are perfect through the blood of Jesus. That's what we were promised. That if we believed that we are one of the whosoevers, we are the whosoevers that will go on forever and ever. Because God has promised us eternal life. And whether that life means a reuniting in heaven, or it means we'll go on, and those that we love, and their memories, and what they share about us, and what we teach. Life goes on, because you're God's creatures. And you're special, and Jesus came to give us all life above. Amen.
Amen.